Save 8% off your order at TrueTechTools.com by using the Shop Talk discount code. Well, hello everybody and welcome back to HVAC Shop Talk. I'm your host, Zach Ciota. I hope you guys are doing well out there tonight. I'm doing fantastic. I, in general, love life and enjoy most of it. Now, there is a small 42% section of life that I do not enjoy, but I won't mention that here because that's not you guys. That's other stuff. It's other stuff in other places. I'm just kidding. 42%, that'd be ridiculous. I think that's like major depression. If it's 42%, that's a bad thing right there. I enjoy life. I got to work in the field today, which I enjoy. And I don't mean like a field, like I was running around the meadow harvesting grain. I mean, I was actually out in the HVAC field doing HVAC things, which is something I don't get to do every day anymore. So it's nice. It's fun. I enjoy it. And a lot of times I can avoid the things I hated most about it, which was many business aspects. So I can just, play with tools and stuff like that. It's a great life. It really is. It's wonderful. I could be richer, though. I should be richer. Richer would be good. If I was richer, it'd be perfect. So just take the great and just put them together and stuff. And there's a few other things, but I don't want to list all those here. Let's see. Identify as a technician. TLEC. It looks like there's a swarm of fake accounts that inhabit YouTube now. I'm just going to ignore them because I don't care. And it's fine. T-Lex still driving. Hey, T-Lex said he was going to be home in 40 minutes. I said the show starts in 30 minutes. You got 4 more minutes. Write that. 4 more minutes. Clint, the only reason Clint is poor is because he supports me on Subscribestar so much. I don't know if I should tell him to stop or not. Part of me doesn't want him to. Clint, keep on going, man. Keep on going. You know what? In all honesty, I'm not a rich guy by any means. And when you stretch it out to all the people that live at the house, I mean, it gets really, really thin. Now, if I was living by myself, I'd probably be doing all right now. But when you add in all the people, it really dilutes the wealth. It waters down the wealth. It's like sweet tea after you let the ice cubes melt. It's still sweet tea, but it's not as good. It's not the same. T-Lex says, you'll be richer if you take one of those seminars that they'll guarantee that you make 100,000 million more % in profit. Yeah, I've seen some of those seminars. They make some cool videos. I mean, the same people that make those videos, I think, made the latest Flex Tools video. It's the same type of people. You get like the OxyClean guy in here, not the old guy, he's dead now, but the new guy, and they're just so fired up about stuff. It's like, if someone is that fired up, they must be right. It must be something they're doing. Man, oh man. You almost believe them, but then you realize that no human talks like that. They come in here and you can spot it. It's like they give themselves away with their tone of voice. And I hear the tone, I'm like, nope. Just like on the email thing. I'll have people say, I got this great email. My wife will say, this email came in and it sounds really, really good. And I look at it and I'm like, no, I don't think so. Like earlier today, I was emailed by Amazon how they were going to pay me to be part of the podcast. Let me tell you something. Amazon doesn't give a crap about me, and they never will, and that's fine. Because, it's like saying, Jeff Bezos is going to call you tomorrow, and he's going to give you some numbers on what we'd like to do for your podcast. They could care less. They don't know I exist. I'm a grain of sand on the beach, and that's fine with me. Fine with me. What's up, Randy Laz? How's it going? We got Randy Laz in here. We got some random like fake accounts, and we have Clint, Brandon. It's going to be great. We're going to have fun. I got some YouTube comments over here. There's some other stuff on the other screen. Get fired up about. Let me just show you. I'm going to go ahead and show you guys. I did something today that a lot of you will look at with a certain degree of disdain. But that same nonchalant, carefree nature that I applied to the fake accounts into life, I will apply to your disdain as well. So here it is. I got some wet rags here. For those of you on a podcast, I'm going to describe this as eloquently as I can. I've got not wet rag, the Viper product, which is fine. I have actual wet rags. And it's like I've used them my whole life. I always had the rag jar with the rags in it, and I slather those suckers everywhere. I got a rag around a dryer, and I removed that dryer from a train unit and put it on the outside of the unit because that's where I wanted it, because it's more convenient. Is that okay? Is that all right if I think it's more convenient? It's an old train unit. That dryer is going to outlast that unit for sure, because that unit's from like 14 years ago. And I'm pretty sure that it's a Sporlan dryer. Even with me burning it, it's going to last at least as long as that unit. So it's coming out. And plus, if there's a repair that has to be done, chop, comes right out, bloop, bloop, put a new dryer in. It's fantastic. Fantastic. I mean, the fake accounts are stepping it up. They even naming themselves after manufacturers. Oh, it's very interesting. Don Gillis, welcome to the chat. What's up? Hey, look. Chilling over there in Discord. I bring up the Discord screen. We do have a Discord, and we talk to each other. We have, I don't know, like 18 members in this little server, which is small. But I figure it's kind of cool because the Discord server, which I don't think you guys can see. Let me pop that up there. Maybe you can see it. Let me take down the wet rags. I don't think I get enough chastising here. Let's see. So they got a Discord server over here. We're over there talking, having a good time. It's a lot of fun. So you can join that too as soon as I figure out how to give you the link. I think I put the link actually on YouTube, so you can do that. You can do that. That's fine. Zach, have you had any luck with the Viper wet rag? I heard you have to keep it moist. Yeah, that's what I hear as well with any product of that nature, whether it be wet rag or hot dam, which is, I guess, is that solder weld? Or hot block. There's a hot dam too. I didn't just say that because I was used to saying it. That's a product out there. And if they dry out, you put a little bit of like water in it and work it around in there. You know, I've always been the wet rags guy, like the actual rags. When I was coming up, we always had the jug, and I have it still with the rags in it. You dump some water in it, and it's just, that's how I've always done it. It's no knock against any one of those products. I'm sure they work great. But I mean, I've just always done it that way. So I don't see any huge improvement in changing that. So I'm not swapping it out. It's just, oh my gosh. Okay, Brandon, keep it appropriate down there, okay? Make sure it's appropriate, bro. So I know you have to keep that stuff moist, as the chat is saying. It has to be moistened periodically. But I think if you do that, if you actually add a little bit of water to it, you can use it for quite a while. Quite a few times, I believe. Sorry. Say Zach is, oh, come on, my gosh. Hello to Doug. Hello, Doug. Doug. East Dallas Kick says, y'all ran into any Ameristar opinions on Ameristar equipment? I think you probably get a wide variety of opinions because Ameristar over the years has been the ones, I'll put in a few of the newer versions, the Chinese, well, they're half the stuff's Chinese, but the ones that are definitely Chinese that look like, it looks like the Bosch body, but with dumb insides. How the Bosch has all the variable speed stuff and all the circuit boards, the Ameristar is kind of like High Air was. It's just a box with a compressor, single speed, and all that stuff. I haven't had any problem with them because I don't see them anymore. They were part of houses that were part of real estate deals, like they sold the house. So I'm never going to see them again. I haven't heard of any issues from any of those people, but then again, like I said, I don't really hear from them anymore. I know that there was an issue. I always think of Chuck Pierce when I think of Ameristar because he could not get a defrost board for like months and months and months, and it was just kind of nightmarish. And that was before all the stuff with COVID came around and all of our Chinese supply problems. So it was an issue back then. I mean, they are what they are. They were cheap. they were built tough. Like Matt's saying, they're heavy. They're really heavy, and they seemed like they were sturdy. But I mean, this was all a bunch of. It's like you buy store brand stuff. You just don't know what you're gonna get out of it, really. So I mean, that's as much as I know about them. Yeah, Brandon, you're funny. Let's see. I used 30 rosebud on my torch. I put a rag on it when I'm done. Okay, that was darn son. We should hear what Curtis has to say. You know what, Joe? That's a good idea. My buddy Curtis, he put in a lot of Ameristars. I don't think he puts them in anymore, though. I think he puts in American Standard. So there must have been some kind of thing that happened. Maybe some critical thing happened. I don't know. Brian Milburn says he saw a Maytag system for the first time the other day. I think Maytag is the one that is silver, and if the sun shines on it, it becomes a friggin' laser that can cut through a mountain. Maytag is the only unit I know, if I'm thinking of the right one, that when the sun hits it, it's so bright it can actually destroy a planet. It's like the Death Star launching. You hear the Death Star's coming, it's coming close to Alderaan. All of a sudden you hear boo. That's a Maytag unit firing a laser. It is incredibly ugly. I don't know. I just think they're ugly. I mean, you want your air conditioner to be like just tucked away, like inconspicuous around the corner with a bush right up against it. That's how they usually are. I don't want to see them. Around here, you got those rich folk developments where they require you to hide them. If they require you to hide them, man, that's something you don't want to be shining the beacon of light on one. And I think I know what they were thinking. They're thinking, we're going to build this beautiful unit that people are going to want to see. No, that thing's an ugly bird. It's like you're trying to make a Cadillac, but you made the Edsel. So you were shooting for a classic, but you got an eyesore that only Ringo Starr purchased. That's pretty much it. You guys know that stuff? That Ringo Starr trivia right there? The Ford Edsel, named after the Ford owner's son, I think. It's hard to remember all this stuff. There was a lot of owners and sons in the car industry, and I might have messed that up. Let's see. It said, never burnt valve up, yet you get them hotter trying to keep them cool. I don't know. I know if you put the rags, and we're talking about the wet rags and stuff, I know if you put the rags too close to your joint, or you don't have enough space, that rag boiling off the water that's in that rag, when it comes off of it, it'll shut your torch down. So you got to keep a certain bit of distance on them, because all you'll do is you'll get real close to it, you hear it go out, and you're right. You end up making more trouble than you avoided. So I understand that. No, Joe saying park your Airstream next to it, going back to the classic cars and stuff. Hey, man, the Airstream is beautiful. But for real, that's like what they're trying to make with that air conditioner. The Airstream, you go down the road, it's like, that thing's beautiful. If you catch the sun right, I mean, it probably puts your eye out. But I mean, I think those, like the Airstream trailers and the Chrysler Airflow, it's a beautiful car. Beautiful car. So, I mean, like I said, with the wet rags, going back to that, it's one of them things where you got to know how close you can be to those things, because it'll present a problem. You kind of have to know which one. And I guess that's a good thing about using the putty, the heat blocking putty, because it's not going to do that. I've used the putty a few times. I've used the gel. I can't get down with the gel, because the gel is disgusting. I like having aversion to that sort of thing. Like when kids make slime and put their hands in slime, I don't want to do that. I think it's disgusting. I think the gel is disgusting. I don't want to use that. I'll just, it's a real shake and bake kind of thing, isn't it, Joe? Got to get them hotter by keeping them cool. That sounds like something that Ricky Bobby and the other guy would say to each other while they were racing. Please unpack that. Please unpack which one. See, the lag means I can't unpack it because I don't know which thing we're talking about. All right. But hey, in the meantime, while that question is answered, I will show you guys. I was at Lowe's the other day, and I decided to buy a tool that's beneath the level that you guys would accept for tools. And it's a Craftsman, man. I was in there and I was like, it's like you can get the new brushless Craftsman, which they're calling R&P. That's fine. Runtime plus performance, whatever. That's fine. 700% more power. You know how the box always says that? Lasts 500 times longer, 700 times more power. It's the only saw you're ever going to need. But I wanted a full-size circular saw because a lot of them are like 6.5 or 5.5. I wanted 7.25, and it comes with a free battery and charger. So now I have a charger to leave at the shop and a charger to take to work. So that's kind of fun. And I got a 4 amp hour battery for free. So they are actually offering a lot of those like that on their brushless stuff. A lot of their brushless tools, you can purchase one, get a free battery. If I have enough money stored up, I will go get another one perhaps. I really need a jigsaw. I could use a jigsaw. Yeah. Brandon, I do love having 30 different batteries. I have so many different tools. I like different tools, though. I like them. It's fun. I like them. But this was a good deal, and I needed one, so I decided to purchase it. And Craftsman's turns out it's pretty decent. I thought it was going to be like the Ryobi of Lowe's, but it's better. It's better than Ryobi. In fact, their stuff performed pretty well. When I put it up against some of the other brands, it actually did a pretty good job. Let's see. Adam Heish, gotta get them hotter by keeping them cool. Well, I think the commenter's name is Damn Son. That's his name. But I'm referring to the rags. Now, I don't know if that directly goes along with the saying here, but I was referring to the fact that if you get those cool rags close to your torch tip, it's going to put your torch out, because all that water boiling out of that rag, it plays heck with some of the torch flames when they're coming out. Zach, do you bleed red or yellow, aka Milwaukee or DeWalt, LOL, or whatever gets the job done? You know, I for the longest time, I never used an M18 tool at all. And there's nothing, I think they're great. I just never used one. I used M12 tools. I thought they were really nice. Had some M12 fuel stuff I got, because I only get stuff when it's on sale. I think it's about insane to buy a tool at regular price. When they have sales, it seems like every half an hour. I came up on Ryobi. That's why I trusted them. They lasted so long for me. I really put them through a lot of hell, really, and they did really well. But I did buy an M18 fuel jigsaw, and that thing is sweet. I really, really like it. But that's the only M18 tool that I have. I don't have any DeWalt tools. I have a bunch of other random brands, because whenever something goes on sale, and sometimes it'll be like super cheap, I gotta buy this. Like for Cobalt tools, I bought a brushless planing tool, because you got 2 free batteries and a charger. So I bought that tool, and it works just fine. It could be better. I bet the Milwaukee or DeWalt one's better than the Cobalt one. And like, they're doing the same thing right now. Cobalt's doing this thing where you buy $300 worth of tools, you get $100 off. And I was thinking about getting I can't remember what they're calling them. They're like their top brushless model, because all their stuff is brushless, but XTR, something like that. I was thinking about getting that full-size circular saw, but the Craftsman turned out to be a better deal, and I had to spend that much money. And I got, because the Craftsman's closer to $100, you get the free battery, so it was nice. Let's see here. Adam says, I get that. Just didn't understand the getting the valves hotter by keeping them cool statement. Was interested in unpacking the physics of that. Well, that's going to start some kind of sparring match in the chat, but I'm referring to the rags. I don't know about the hotter getting things cool, unless perhaps we're talking about having to keep the heat on it longer to do the same job. That's what I'm assuming. Of course, you know what they say. You know what I'm saying? Okay, so guys, anybody in the look, Frylock's over there in the voice channel on Discord. I wonder how long he's been there, just waiting. I don't know if he's actually going to be on the voice channel. Hey, let me see if I can tap into that. Let's see. No, he's not there. All right. So, which you guys are sparring in the chat. It's very difficult. One of you can call in. Man, just call in right now. We'll talk about it. We'll learn something about brazing and stuff. Let me see the chat box. Put it up on the screen here. I couldn't see the chat box on my phone when I watched this video, like the one from yesterday. So that was disheartening. So I took it down, but then I realized I can't see. So maybe you guys can see it. No, and I don't mean you guys really have to argue. I mean, there's discussion in the chat. The chat's like, we're not going to argue. It's okay. I can continue showing you guys some of the doodads. We have this bad boy. Oh, yeah. This is the new Yellow Jacket Turbo Recover. Hey, getting a phone call too. Let's take this. You're on the air.
I was sitting in there for 23 minutes and 18 seconds, Mr. Zach.
Were you really sitting in there, though?
Yeah, I was sitting in the general voice chat.
Oh, man.
My camera up and everything.
I had muted it so I wouldn't hear all the dings if someone made a message, because it would come across on the stream. So I'm sorry.
Dang it, Bobby. No, it's all good. Hey, putting dryers on the outside of condensers, the way to go.
Well, I didn't expect someone to agree.
I can't believe so many people are so adamant about sticking them inside, where it's you got to take the whole thing apart to get to it. That's annoying as hell.
See, that's what I'm saying. I want it to be more convenient. You follow my
Yeah.
logic, though. I mean, that dryer is
Now-
going to be going long after the unit's gone.
Right. Now, when they come that way with the dryer already inside, I'm going to leave it there. But if I got to open up that system, I'm cutting that sucker out and putting a chunk of copper in its place and putting a new dryer outside. You can bet on that.
Well, what I did, this is a train heat pump, and it has a dryer on the inside of the condenser, and it's right there on the outer fence. I don't know. Are you familiar with residential train heat pumps?
Yeah, yeah.
Okay,
yeah,
so
absolutely.
right above the
They
reversing
still
valve.
use those in like light commercial, you know?
You know what? Yeah, that's kind of stupid. I'm sorry. Yeah, you're right.
It's not stupid.
It is kind of stupid because you would see them all the time. But oh, come on. Hey, Bimco. It's
We
a
really
little
don't see
stupid.
them all the time, but we do. We did have a jail, actually, a county jail we did, and they had tons of them. Nothing but train heat pumps.
Well, I like to see written better. We had a chat person come in, and Brandon says, I put my dryers halfway up the line set. That's how I like that. I put an access door in the wall and put my dryer in the wall. Yeah.
Yeah.
And my logic is that when I walk to the condenser, it's really easy to change that dryer. That's the only
Yeah,
logic.
well,
it's nothing about the
right,
dryer's health
Real
and
easy
safety.
to stick some probes on and see if you got a restriction too. You know,
Yeah. It's,
all kind of things. If you're worried about it rusting up and falling to pieces, man, just spray it down with something. Spray paint with some Rust-Oleum.
yeah, I used to do that actually. I used to spray it with liquid tape or something like that. I forget what it was. I think it was liquid tape.
Yeah. They have this stuff that we'd use. You'd find it more often down by the coast, but they call it Gulf Coat. You know, it's got a shark on it. You know, for those people down by the Gulf
Ooh.
Coast.
Oh, that's nice.
It's like just a basic Rust-Oleum type of product. You can spray the coils, whatever.
Are you heading home from work now?
I am driving home from work right now.
So how far do you got to drive tonight?
Oh God, since it's late, there's no traffic, so it'll be about 45, 50 minutes. Usually it's an hour and change
Oh, that
from
stinks.
this particular site I was at. But yeah, generally it's like 45 minutes, no matter what, just to get into town for me. I live out in the hill country.
Well, what time do your little ones go to bed?
Like 9 or 10.
Oh, so you'll still get to see them.
Oh, yeah. No, I mean, sometimes I wish they were in bed already.
Yeah. Well, let me rephrase it. You'll have the opportunity to spend time with them if you so choose to.
Yeah, no, it'll be good. I'll probably get conned into running some Fortnite with the 7-year-old before bed.
Right. Fortnite's still going, huh? Man, look at that.
Oh God, yeah. Unfortunately, I get hounded for V-Bucks on like a daily basis.
I still get hounded
Which
for
is-
V-Bucks. My son. Oh my gosh. I said,
I can't. I'm like, I can't buy you V-Bucks, son. I just spent money on Rocket League stuff. No, I don't. Do that.
yeah, that's exactly
Not
it.
anymore.
My son has what I can only say pissed away so much money because
dude.
of buying in like other games. I don't know if it's Call of Duty or
Oh yeah.
I don't remember which one it is, but they buy like these lockers with stuff in them, and he's
Oh,
like, "I
yeah.
gotta buy this locker, man. This
Oh,
isn't
yeah.
real. This isn't in real
Yeah.
life though."
Oh yeah.
You bought a bunch of them, haven't you, Bimco?
Yeah, I mean, with and without my permission, they have been purchased. Because I'll get the emails right from the Microsoft store, and I busted him one night playing at like 3 a.m. He had got out of bed and went and started playing and stuff, and somehow didn't wake us up because he like screams when he plays. Anyway, the next morning I get up, after I got him to bed and blah blah, and get up, get ready for work, and sitting there reading my emails, getting ready, and I've got like 7 of them. Thank you for your purchase. Thank you for your purchase. Thank you.
Oh my
It's like $1, $5, $10, $10, $5. I was like, oh my God, this kid is done.
I'm
all the
curious.
passwords got changed. I was able to get it refunded and stuff. So now, and he did this on my account where I didn't have, password protection on it. And so now when I log into it to play with him, it says I have like negative 12,000, whatever, the V-Bucks. So
Well, then what was
I
it
got
like?
to keep the stuff, but yeah, they ain't buying no more money on that one.
What happened when you saw that kid the next time?
Oh, I mean, he just didn't get to play games for like days, and it
Oh, that's
destroyed him.
It really does destroy these kids when they can't
Yeah.
get on there and plug into the matrix.
Yeah, it's awful.
Oh my gosh.
But anyways, back to dryers and HVAC stuff. Been having a lot of fun piping in these heat pumps, water source heat pumps.
So you're working on the 1983, what was it, Friedrich or something?
Yeah, it was a Frederick.
Is it
I couldn't
Frederick or
believe it.
Friedrich?
It's as old as the building. It's original equipment in there. I don't know how well it runs or not. We're just replacing a bunch of all the shark bite fittings throughout that building just because we've had so much trouble with them. So we finally got them to let us do that.
I always thought shark bites was like the homeowner special for, attaching plumbing.
Yeah, they don't have a place in commercial applications. That's all I can say about it.
Why'd you guys do that?
This type of system with no expansion tank until recently.
So these poor shark bites are leaking one by one?
Well, yes, and it's real hit and miss. And I think I've shared some pictures in the chat before, but they've had blowouts in the past, and to prevent this from happening again, he would get around the shark bite with some like baling wire, right, and then hose clamp that down with the wire around the clamp and around the fitting. And then he'd go back to like the nearest 90, or if it's on a longer stretch of pipe, he'll just do it like 8 inches away from that fitting. And then do the same thing, put a hose clamp on, wrap a bunch of wire around it, and then tighten the hell out of that hose clamp. And then twist the wire up, to tension that too. And that's his blowout prevention, right? And
Man, I like that.
yeah, and I swear the dude must have thought that pipe dope was like, mastic for ducks. It's like he painted it on after he put the fittings together, because it's everywhere. Everywhere. It's awful.
I like this logic you got going on here, or this other dude has going on there. So, I mean, what are you doing when you come back? When you take the shark bite out, what are you going to do? Put more shark bite in?
Oh, no. So we found these really cool fittings. I don't know exactly what you call them, but I call them a hybrid fitting, because everything's Schedule 80 in there. So they've got 2.5-inch main lines, and then we trunk off into 3/4-inch lines to do our entering and leaving water to each unit. And I found these fittings that are like a molded Schedule 80 into brass. I'll put a picture in the chat later or whatever, but they've been awesome. They're really stout, because we were even having some issues on some that with just a regular Schedule 80 male adapter or female, where it was blown out, like cracking the entire fitting, down the whole side, hot dog style, and splitting it and flooding. We had it happen twice within like a 2-week period, and on the same unit.
Oh, no.
And this poor guy, like, it's at a building with a bunch of, they got like 7 radio stations in there. And this one poor guy, he just straight up had to move out of his office. He's been out of it now for about a month or two while we're making these other repairs. We got to do a drain down on the whole loop on Saturday, and we're making some pretty big repairs to the main line, at least at that one unit, and a couple others where they've had some minor leaks.
Pretty common on Saturday for working?
For us, it has been, just because there's only 2 techs right now for our shop in San Antonio. So me and old Dustin we'll take all the work we can get anyways.
So is Dustin from Discord the guy you're talking about?
No, I don't know that guy, but
okay.
I think I like him. He's pretty cool.
Yeah, he seemed pretty cool, and his name is Dustin. So I was almost positive when I was asking you that you were going to say, yeah, that's him. But you didn't. It's not the same guy.
I'm not opposed to him.
I mean, you don't want to work with that guy? What's wrong with him? I'm just kidding.
No, nothing's wrong with him. I said I'm not opposed to it.
I don't know why you don't
buddy.
like him. I don't know why you
I'm
don't like
everybody's buddy. I'm a people pleaser. It's a double-edged sword of mine.
Hold on a second now. You're the same guy that the Rocket League team scores on, and you're going to cuss him.
Hey, no, that guy was being toxic first. We had one guy was AFK, not even playing. So it's 3v3, and I'm trying to do my best to help out. Well, the other guy's not playing, and we're getting scored on. So the dude's mad at me? No. I'm trying.
Look at it all welled back in you right at that moment. So I remember that day. Like you're going like back to war as a soldier that day.
Yeah.
I could smell the air out there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, got a keyboard, got to use it, right?
Yeah, that's right. Well, you got microphones and stuff. Can't y'all talk to each other?
Now their voice chat's all jacked up on that game. They still haven't fixed it. It's been that way since the get-go. There is an option you can press a button and chat, but it doesn't work across platforms.
Oh,
Nobody uses it.
Come on.
Yeah. Well, that's what Discord's for. Get your buddies in there.
Get that dramatic. Come on.
Yeah. But you just type. But you can't cuss. That's the because then they'll just report you and you'll get banned. I've been banned like 3 times.
Oh, come on, man. Control yourself. These are little kids out there.
I try. Well, no, they're definitely not. We've talked about this.
Yeah,
they're like in their early 20s and they're angry.
No, I trust me. I know this. My little son. Well, he's not little anymore. But at the time when he was little, like 10, my brother-in-law would also play with the same kids, and he is older than I am. So he would have been like 45. And he was playing. He was really into it. They were playing Destiny together and stuff like that. And they were over there talking like, I got 300 light and I have this sword and we're doing some kind of raid. And I was like, I don't know what you're talking about.
Yeah,
I know you're shooting aliens
raid,
and stuff. I mean, I play games like this in the arcade where you shoot a bunch of aliens and they're just coming at you. Like for some reason, your army has one guy, you, and they have 1 million aliens, and you can't call for backup unless the second player decides to join.
Stacked against you.
It's a bunch of crap. I'm gonna tell you that right now.
Yeah. But tomorrow and Thursday, I'm actually going to a training, finally. First one since I've been over here, at least like separate from our in-house trainings for some City Multi stuff, some Mitsubishi VRF. So that'll be cool.
Nice.
A 2-day ordeal. Yeah, I'm excited about that.
You're going to learn about that variable refrigerant flow.
That's right.
I hear it's the future.
Yeah. At least it'll help. I think it'll help kind of make things click more. The few or many questions that I do have over these last few months working at that other site that's nothing but City Multi, and having to kind of just wing it, learn what I can on my own, and dozen calls to tech support trying to figure things out. So I've grasped a lot, but there's still some things I'd like to know.
I'm sure that this will get you just a little bit closer to attaining your goal of 100% knowledge in HVAC.
Yeah. I'm sure as soon as I finish the class, they'll release the next version of City Multi VRF technology.
We're starting the second phase now. No, not yet. Oh, I got a good question for you. Okay, I just thought of it. It's unrelated to everything we've talked about thus far.
I keep trying to bring us back to HVAC, but
we're here. We're gonna kind of get back to it right now. Okay. I made the little thing about 100% knowledge in HVAC. Obviously, that's a joke.
Unattainable.
Can't get there. I mean, only after going to the top of the mountain and slaying a dragon, whatever. It doesn't happen. So I want to know who you think, and all this online presence out here, present company excluded because it ain't even going to be. Anyway, who is the closest to 100%?
What do you mean? Who out here?
Who is the closest?
HVAC community?
All the people you know, all the people we follow. We all know the same people.
It's gotta be Brian Orr, dude. Come on.
You think Brian is closer than Bergman?
I don't know.
Well, it's tough.
That's a tough question, but that dude's like got a passion for it, like more than a lot of people I've seen, and he's still in the field. He does all kind of training.
I tell you what, he's got. It seems like he's got the well-rounded part of it, where others have like a particular area they're really good.
Well, do you think somebody who's like in like that niche, who like knows everything about the one aspect of HVAC, is that's hard to quantify? I don't know.
It is hard to quantify.
That's a good question. You should make a poll about it.
I got people in the chat right now. They're talking about the wet rag stuff still. It's like there's Joe and stuff like that.
The gel, I like the gel. It is disgusting. I don't like getting it on my hands.
Man,
here's
gross.
What you do. You use wet rag, the physical wet rag, not the product, but a rag that is wet. And then you spray the gel first. You put the wet rag on top of it. So then when you peel it off, the wet rag just mostly gets rid of all the gel for you.
Well,
that's how you do it.
I guess. I don't know. I'm not sold on that
one. Or
yet.
You just only use the gel in spots where your hands aren't going to be. That's the other trick.
Yeah, when the gel came out, I'm like, I'm gonna use this gel because it was new stuff, and I was like, a dog with a new toy. I said, I'm gonna use gel on everything, So I was
Yeah.
spraying gel on everything, and boy, it started sizzling and popping, and
So
it was gross, and I just hated
That's
it.
yeah, I don't like that when you got it so close to the joint, it kind of just falls away. But that's kind of been also my experience with Nylog White. I don't know if you've used it yet.
I've never used it before. No.
It's great. A little goes a long way, just so y'all know if you haven't tried it yet. I love it. I still tape, and then I'll use the Nylog White on top because it by itself has not been working out for me. Not on these water fittings. Anyways, but you get any of that on your fingers or on like the handles of any of your tools, man, they're gonna be just slipping right out of your hand. It's like a silicone based something or other.
Oh, that's
and
interesting.
That stuff is so slick.
I imagine pipe dope. I guess that's wrong.
Yeah. No, I mean, well, yes, but it's thicker, like Nylog, like the ones you're used to using. Not as thick, but very much similar consistency, and it doesn't dry.
Really?
And then the other thing that I have had to get used to, I guess, is after I've assembled everything and I open the valves back up and I'm checking for leaks. That Nylog White looks a lot like water when it's all shiny, and I think I got leaks, but then I stare at it and no drips ever form, and then I stick my finger up there and I touch it and I'm like, dang it, I got it on my fingers. And then it's on my tools, and then my tools are flying out of my hands just walking around with it.
Well,
So just something to be aware of.
well, the first thing here, Plastidip. That's what John says. That's the stuff I used to put on the
Plastidip
dryers.
is awesome.
That was what I
redipped
used.
Several tools with that stuff.
Yeah, and I got the idea from seeing guys do that to their rims on YouTube.
Oh yeah.
So I said, this is some good stuff.
What's he talking about using it on though?
No, I did use it. I used it on dryers. I was trying to remember what I sprayed on dryers. I thought it was liquid tape, but it was
Yeah.
Plastidip.
I bet that stuff would work pretty good fixing a crack in a drain pan too.
That might be one of their things. They were talking about Flex Seal too.
Yeah,
So
for sure.
You can make a
I
boat.
use the stuff they sell at the supply house for drain pans, the drain pan spray.
I don't know.
just
Which one is that?
Plastidip in a can. I don't know.
Yeah, it probably.
what-
Yeah, I think I know what
what
you're
it
talking
looks
about. New
like.
Calgon makes one.
Yeah, it just kind of like sprays little turds everywhere.
Sprays turds everywhere. Sounds like something I
It
want to
does.
purchase.
Then they lay down.
I already have a bunch of things in the house that spray turds everywhere. I don't need anything else. Oh,
Me too.
family man. Yeah. You do, don't you? Oh yeah. Well, man, Bemco. I mean, like, is there more that you're going to offer us for entertainment or what? Because it's a segue moment.
Oh yeah. I mean, I think it's probably like a good time. I could like talk about how my boss showed up unannounced at work and then couldn't find me for like 45 minutes because I was in the bathroom.
You should.
I was leaving to go to the supply house, and then I see the guy that works at this place. He brings his dog to work, and I see his dog outside, and I'm like, where the hell's Greg? And then Greg comes out the door, and my boss is standing there, and I'm like, oh, when did you get here? He's like, I've been here since 1 o'clock. It's 1:45. Where you been? I was like, oh, I mean, I was in the bathroom for a little while, but I came around this way. He's like, well, we looked by your stuff. You weren't there. Damn, I shouldn't do the impression of him.
Yeah, I mean, you're already in trouble. If he tunes in by some miracle.
No, I know. I'm digging my own grave. But no, it ended up being totally fine. I was about to make a parts run because I needed more nipples. And he went and got them for me. And then we talked in the parking lot. But there are other things that happened. It's fine. It's fine.
Everything's fine. I'll be fine.
I just don't like how he surprises me. I told him, he's like, well, you should have called me. I was just right by the supply house. I was like, well, dude, I don't know you're by the supply house. Why would I call you? Like, I need parts. I'm going to go get them. I'm not going to call you, see where you're at. If you're by the supply house and coming over here, let me know so I can tell you to pick something up.
Yeah. and Why were you in the bathroom for 45 minutes? Do you have like
I
indigestion?
wasn't in the bathroom for 45 minutes. I was in the bathroom for a short time, and that happened to be when he came looking for me. He was also talking to said Greg about other things while he was there.
Let me.
He did not come
hey,
solely to see me.
You were on your phone in the can, weren't you?
Yeah, I was watching your videos, if you must know.
I actually suggest people be in the bathroom when they watch my videos.
I did. You can go to the timestamp and watch when I thumbs up some of your stuff earlier. I bet you it was about 1:15.
That's so funny.
Maybe 2:15 Eastern.
Yeah, I got to switch it to Eastern, but yeah. Adam says you were in Discord. You were in Discord giving all them job site pictures.
Yeah, man, I like popping into Discord, dude. I want to start getting in there at least like on my drive home and like just chatting with people. It's fun. I'm gonna start popping in more often, but
Discord is
but
fun,
yeah,
man. It's nice. I like it.
Yeah, I dig it.
Yeah.
I like your channel.
I
But
dig it
anyways, signing off. I got 5 minutes to go till I'm at the house. It rained, so nobody can drive right now. Does
Well,
that happen where you live? It sprinkles and then all of a sudden nobody can drive and there's wrecks everywhere?
yeah, we have sunny weather. People already drive poorly in Wilmington. Rain, there will be
Oof.
wrecks. And snow, there will be Armageddon.
Yeah, well, luckily we don't get much snow down here, but yeah, it sprinkled a little bit today. I mean, the roads are a little damp, but nothing crazy. And as soon as it started raining, I mean, you could already hear fire trucks. Ridiculous.
They were practicing. Yeah.
Oh, God.
Okay.
All right. Until next time, sir. Thanks for having me on.
Thank you for calling. I'll talk to you next time.
Bye-bye.
Later. It's our buddy Bimco. Bimco, he's the best. I like Bimco. All right, we're going to take our little sponsor break. Chatbox be gone. And let's talk sponsors. Actually, I can give you the picture I already had on the screen here. Oh, I don't know. It's not on the screen. Yep, wrong. But I actually took a picture of the Yellow Jacket recovery machine today while I was recovering, and it recovered like a boss. And you might see that it has those two screens right there. Those are the inlet screens. And I should say for podcast people, this is the Yellow Jacket Turbo Recover 95780. It did a very good job, as I would expect a brand new recovery machine to do. It worked really well. I put an inline 8 cubic inch flare dryer. It doesn't come with a dryer or little hoses or anything like that. It just has the power cord, the machine, and a shoulder strap, but it has a cool handle. You can see it in the picture right there. So the handle works pretty good. It's simple. No digital interfaces. It's just right to the point. Did a good job. It looks like it has an oversized coil there to make sure the refrigerant gets through there without causing too much superheating, I guess, is the issue going into the recovery cylinder, if I understand it properly, and I probably don't. But it worked pretty well, and it was a big thumbs up from Yellow Jacket on that one. So far, so good. I made a video, so you guys will see that coming out next few days. Actually, it might be next week because we're going to be out of town this weekend because my son is going to a Best of the Best competition, which is an ROTC competition for the Raiders teams, which are teams... Let me see if I can summarize this. It's an athletic team. They do various events. I'm trying to think. There's obstacle courses. There is Ironman competitions. They have what's called rope bridge, where you have two poles set apart about, 50, 60 feet, and they have to build a rope bridge and all traverse the rope bridge to the other side. So it's a really cool... It's a really cool deal. ROTC has been great for my son. Mallory is in ROTC. She joined up this year. She started to cry at the beginning of the year because she was scared because she wanted to switch out and she couldn't. But it turns out that she is probably going to be the battalion commander one day, just like my son is. He's head of the entire ROTC at his school, and he's going up for the competition this weekend. Mallory will be there too. They're both on the Raiders squad. And for those who don't know, my son will be going to the Citadel in Charleston this fall to college. It'll be the first one of my children to go to college, and he got 2 scholarships, which pretty much pay for almost probably 95% of his way there, and so it's been really, really great. He's a really good kid, a lot of integrity, just a good kid, better than I at that age for sure, well beyond what I was, and he's going to end up being something a lot better than I'll ever be, and that actually makes me overjoyed to think about. So my hat's off to him. A lot of respect I have for him. He's 18 now. He's a man boy is what I call him because he has a lot to learn, but he's on the way to doing a really, really good job in life, should I say. More sponsors. Back to the sponsors, guys. Navac, empowering you to work smarter. Speaking of recovery vacuum, we have the break-free cordless vacuum pump series, the NP2 DLM, 2CFM, and the NP4 DLM, which is the 4CFM. Both of them awesome. I've used both of them. They're really, really great to have. Get yourself a couple batteries so you can rotate charging if you need to, and you should be able to tackle 99% of all the vacuums you run into on stuff 5 tons and smaller. I never ran into a vacuum while using one that it couldn't handle. I had 2 batteries, though, and you want 2 5-amp hours at least for the 2 and the 2 9s for the 4. And you can use either or, so I guess you can use the 9s on the 2-amp hour too, or 9s on the NP2 as well. Really, really cool pumps, and you can get those at TrueTech Tools. We have a code there, Shop Talk, which will save you 8%. They have all sorts of HVAC testing equipment. TrueTechTools.com, from airflow hoods to battery flaring tools. That's NAVAC again. And that's our friends Billy Spone, his son. I think Bergman's in the same building. He's not TruTech Tools, he's Measure Quick, but he's in the same building. So it's one big happy family up there that really know what they're doing. And that's what you want whenever you're looking for stuff like measurement tools that you want to be very accurate and you want to make sure you're getting the right stuff. You want your people to know what they're doing, and they definitely know what they're doing. Refrigeration technologies, coil cleaners out the wazoo. Yes, it's springtime, time to get your evaporator coil cleaners and your condenser coil cleaners and the ones that do everything. And we were talking about Nylog White. That's these guys. The regular Nylog thread sealant, I put it on the flares for the mini split video, which will be coming out next week or two. I don't want to proclaim anything that's not going to happen. You can also get this stuff at TruTechTools.com, some of it. I don't think you can get all of it, but you can get a good deal of it there. And I'll get back to the chat in just a second. EWC, our zone panels, zone controls, thermostats, all sorts of controls, fresh air controls, fresh air dampers, power open close dampers, which is what I prefer. They have spring dampers as well, just a whole slew of forced air zoning supplies, high quality with really, really great customer service. So if you have an issue, they're going to be there for you throughout the entire process. EWCcontrols.com. I have called them, and they are good. Company Cam, the only app every contractor needs. Document your jobs, communicate with your crews, cover your company's butt. You got a company of a few people out there, invest in this. Look into it. It'll give you some peace of mind and will cover some of your liability, whereas you might be open to people saying you did or did not do something. Well, you can have the proof of it and the documentation. That's what Company Cam does. Company Cam works with other apps as well, like Jobber, and Jobber's actually going to be doing some advertising on this channel next month. So some of these things work together, and that's a good thing. The more that work together, the better. Okay. So which branch of the military is his ROTC? It is Army. He's going to be in the Army, and he's just a good kid. I don't know. When I was his age, when I was 18, I wasn't like I was a hellion or anything like that. But I'd already been a couple years into drinking at parties, and it intensified until I was about 21, 22, then kind of tapered off. But I was really wasting a lot of time. I was in HVAC at that time. This would have been, I graduated high school in 97, so it would have been 97 to around 2001, and I was just not a productive citizen at all, wasting a lot of my own time, and he's just the opposite of that. Tremendous amount of respect for him and what he's been able to accomplish, what he's put his mind to. His mother's been a big part of that because she helps him, and I try to help him whenever I can. It's a concerted effort. He's done the legwork here. We assist him whatever way we can in whatever capacity that we have, and he's really done a great job with it. RJ Parker says not many girls there at the Citadel. I don't know what the statistic is, but I assume there's not very many girls. It's probably like a 5% deal. Probably about like my YouTube watchers. I look at the stats. I think I got about 6% females, which is the highest it's ever been. I don't know why that is, but it's like 6% now, which is interesting. They're talking about Yellow Jacket stuff. Publix has the best bathrooms for service techs. I just saw that in the chat. I just think that's great that Publix has the best bathroom for service techs. Outstanding. That's good. Okay. One more thing I wanted to mention here since we're rolling along. The 422B. I used that today. Out doing that job with the 2 train units. One of them needed R22. We're like, nah. So we're going to put 422B in that. And I was looking at the box, and let's see. I don't think I can zoom in on this. But if you look at the box, you'll see 3 ingredients. I want to say off memory, and one of you can correct me if I'm wrong. I shouldn't speculate, but I'm going to, I guess. 134A, maybe 125, and then a hydrocarbon like butane, isobutane. So when I went into United, they had 407C and 422B. I have a lot of experience with 407C. I've used it a lot of times over the years, adding the oil with it, and it's worked well. Now this time I was like, I don't want to do any oil. I don't want to do anything like that. I just want something I can put into this unit that is going to be functional. I don't want to add any oil. I don't know where the oil pump is at. My POE oil's been sitting on a shelf for 4 years, so I'm kind of scared to even use it, and I'm not going to buy anymore. So I was like, all right, 422B is the winner. So I haven't got a chance to put it in yet because the vacuum took so very long. It's taking so very long. In fact, so I just want to show you guys this picture right here. I'll get this off the screen. I was pulling a vacuum on this first system. Okay, what I had to do today, I wanted to get the upstairs system running because I'm still working on the ductwork on the lower floor, but I wanted some conditioning in this place for dehumidification. Now, that's not going to be too big of an issue over the next couple of days because tomorrow morning is supposed to be 35 degrees. So they may want it for heat. Of course, they can run the heat strips now if they wanted to. We could fire up the air handler and do that. So what I wanted to do is get that unit started and do a little bit of work on the bottom system. And I figured since I was already brazing and we're already retrofitting to 422B, I was going to change both the dryers, which is the picture you saw at the beginning with the wet rags. I'll put that up again. Change both the dryers and the train unit and put them on the outside of the train unit. So I was in the middle of doing that. I had to run a line set for the other one. It's in the crawl space. It's about a 30-foot run. So I ran the line set while I was doing some of the work on the first unit. And I got to the vacuum on the first unit. And I don't think it leaks or anything like that. I just think we have a very old system. And the dryers in the unit, I think, had been changed already. I'm not positive what dryers Train used back then. But these had what I thought would be aftermarket dryers. I want to say they were Emerson. I'm not positive. So I don't know if it's been worked on before, but the vacuum got down to about 600 microns. I had let it go for like 45 minutes to an hour. I was like, I'm going to change the oil in this vacuum pump first, when I come back tomorrow. And I'm also going to break this vacuum with nitrogen and leave it with a little bit of pressure overnight. So that's what I'm doing there. It's got like 25 pounds of nitrogen on it. The other system is charged up with nitrogen. So hopefully the vacuum in this second part, the second pull down, is a lot quicker and goes down a little bit faster and goes a little bit deeper into the vacuum. I think it will be because that oil in the vacuum pump, I hadn't changed it for the last 3 vacuums, which is, of course, frowned upon. But typically the oil will last longer than just the one vacuum. But I want to go ahead and change it so it can have the fastest possible time. That's what I'm trying to do, and that's what I'll be trying to do tomorrow. I have to build something for the truck because, as you guys know, I drive a GMC Sierra. And it's not an HVAC service truck or install truck. It's just not. It's just my regular truck. And in fact, most of the time over the last year or so, my son's driven it. Now he's driving the Equinox that I was driving before, and I'm driving the truck because I'm doing all this stuff. So I want to build some sort of little rack in there if I can do it before I leave out tomorrow so I can put some of these gas bottles in that rack because I ain't about to go buy a rack. I have a whole bunch of material in the back shop, and I was like, I like to build something if I need it. Like this office. Hey, it's coming along nicely. Very nicely. I can't wait to do some sound panels so it won't echo so badly. It bothers me. So if I can build something like that before I leave out, I had half a mind to go down to Home Depot, and everybody's like, you need to buy a bunch of pack-outs. Put all your stuff in pack-outs. Okay, well, money doesn't crap out of the sky, and pack-outs are expensive. Milwaukee pack-outs, you get like a little box or something like that. It costs like $50, $60, $70, $80. If you get their big box, it's like $200 and some dollars. And they have some Husky stuff. They have some Husky stuff at Home Depot that's pretty good and costs like 1/3 that much. So I might buy a couple of those. But, yeah, we'll give that a shot probably, I think. See, we're almost at an hour. I can't believe that. So I guess we probably won't take another caller. We'll probably wrap it up for tonight. But I will be back tomorrow. We can do this all again tomorrow. Thomas said the Husky stuff is garbage. Rigid pack-outs. Man, the Husky stuff is garbage. Thomas, you're killing me. I'm trying to spend less money, and here you're telling me that when I selected that was a lot less money is garbage. I can see the logic there. That makes sense. The cheap stuff is garbage. I don't know. I've never used the Husky one. The one I have back there in the truck now is a cobalt plastic thing, and it's missing one hinge, but it's okay. I mean, it's all right. I could get another one of those, I guess. I need something bigger, basically, to hold some tools where I can set it off the truck and make it real easy for myself, because some of them, they can't be too big because I got to be able to get them on the truck, without having to put a stupid ramp up or something like that. So that's for for my one service call a year. You know what I'm saying? Just use cardboard boxes. Yeah. Okay. Well, I'm not that bad. Okay. I mean, I go down to the liquor store. I get the good boxes, right? I'll go down there and I'll say, what did you send the Smirnoff in? I want that box. I want that one. That's the good one right there. Thomas said he bought the Husky and it fell apart. Oh my gosh, you're killing me, man. You're killing me. All right. I'll take a look. I do need to get something. I need to get like one or two of these other type of boxes. I'm not about to get that daggone Milwaukee stuff. I mean, I just don't have the money to go buy Milwaukee stuff. I mean, you know what I'm saying? You can super chat it to me. There's a long pause there because it's going to be a heartbreaking moment. No, I'm going to probably I'll take a look at Lowe's, see what Cobalt's made. Oh, I got sent a movie from my wife. Don't worry, it's not that kind of movie. It'll probably be my kid jumping off the couch shouting "wee" or something like that. Oh, I see. There's a crate you can get. All right, maybe I'll go get one of those Bauer crates then. Save me a lot of money. Oh no. All right, guys. Yeah, I'm gonna get out of here, I think, because we're gonna be back tomorrow. We'll have another show tomorrow night, probably at 8:30, because I like this time right here. It seems to fit pretty well. I get pretty tired, and I got up like at the crack of dawn this morning. I was loading the truck up to go to that job, and it was just a long day. And oh my gosh, last story of the night. How to make your day even longer? You want to go to the supply house, which is in Wilmington, and then drive to Hampstead, half an hour away. Get going on your job. You're bracing up a storm. You're doing a great job. You're flowing nitrogen, feeling real good about yourself because you've done everything just right. And then you get to open your dryer to put it in there, and you bought stupid one-way dryers. And you're like, you got to be kidding me. Let me look around, see if the other one's one way, because I'll just not work on the other unit today. Oh, they're both one way, because obviously I got them out of the same pile like an idiot. So, all right, well, let me look at my boxes. Maybe I'll have one of those old Emerson dryers still in there that I haven't used. Yeah. Nope, it's back to Wilmington for an hour of time. Gone to nowhere. I was so ticked off. I just hated it so much. Because if I would have not done that, I probably would have been able to start that unit today, or been real close. Yeah, let's be honest. The vacuum had to go for another hour probably. But, it just pulled my hair out. Man. Later, Zach, you don't need a wet rag to weld if you can weld fast. I don't know. I think I'll probably stick with the wet rag anyway, because I figure that in the welding skills ranking, I'm not first. So I'll just stick with the wet rag to cover my butt and do it in a strategic way where I don't quell or squash my own flame. That'll be my continuing method. Just draw another arrow on it. Yeah. All right, guys. I'm going to get out of here. I made a little something at work today when I was, using my time wisely. And it's a new invention I hope you guys all enjoy. I invented a new set of protective gear for the crawl space. I'm going to show you this on YouTube. Podcast guys, I'm sorry. You won't be able to see this because it is a video. But I'm going to just say goodbye to you podcast guys. I'll see you on the next one. And to you guys on the video, enjoy my latest invention. Are you the kind of man whose workwear merges with his casual wear, which merges with his church clothes? Do you wear the same pants on Easter Sunday that you do when you work on Tuesday? Well, I have an invention that'll keep the crawl space dirt off of those nice khaki pants. Look no further than Super Leg Guard from Zatco. Super Leg Guard from Zatco lets your legs move flawlessly, and you can still work really well. And it'll protect those Sunday slacks from any yucky stains from dirt. We know that dirt is the enemy, guys. Dirt's bad. It lurks everywhere, around every corner. But you can keep it off your legs with these new knee guards from Zatco. Please consider supporting me at subscribestar.com/Zach-Ciota. I offer my Subscribestar subscribers bonus content podcast as well as giveaways every single month for gift cards.